Pete Menting from 23 ABC. I'm talking with Tim McIlrath from Rise Against. He's the lead singer. They're playing April 22nd at Mechanics Bank Theater with Pennywise and Roddy Now. Bakersfield is one of two California dates on the first leg of the Nowhere Generation tour before the band heads back to the States this summer. Has Rise Against played in Bakersfield before?
Actually, yeah. We played. Is Jerry's Pizza still there?
Yeah, yeah. It was funny because I was talking to some of the people that I work with, and I thought, well, they've been around for a while. I wonder if they've played Jerry's Pizza. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like, and weirdly enough, and I find this with most bands, like I have a really clear memory of like our first handful of years of touring, like which was probably like 2000 to 2000 and 4 or 5, and then the rest of it's kind of a blur, you know.
Yeah.
I think because touring was so new and some of those venues, there aren't many more unique venues than Jerry's Pizza. Jerry's Pizza is something that any of us who toured back then or any of us who tour now like still talk about because when you play a place that there's nothing like Jerry's Pizza, you remember it. And so I remember that show. I remember how hot it was. I remember it was like the first time I felt like I was going to pass out, like in the middle of the show. Like maybe I wasn't invincible and I could just power through it. I remember walking around Bakersfield, and I think that we went back to Bakersfield, but I'm hard pressed to figure out where and when that would be. But I do remember the first time, and that was Bakersfield.
Did they have the fog machine going in the basement at that time? Because the last show I went to, there it was Pulley was playing, and they had a fog machine, and I was like, wow, it gets really hot and it's hard to breathe and all that.
Oh man, I would love to see Pulley and Jerry's Pizza. That's amazing. No, I don't remember a fog machine. So
Okay, cool.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I read that the songs for Nowhere Generation were inspired by fan interaction. Um, has that given the album some immediacy and some relatability during the pandemic, do you think?
Yeah, a lot of this record was written actually pre-pandemic, and so we were touching on things that would just kind of blow up, over the pandemic. And so I don't even think that we were aware, or I was aware, of how relatable these lyrics probably would end up being. In some ways, I think like anything dystopian, you're talking about what the world might look like if we keep going down the road that we're going down. Right? Is kind of, I always think of us as like a dystopian band, and so we were singing about that world. Like if we keep doing this, if we keep going in this direction, let's paint a picture of what the world could look like. And then with the pandemic, like that view was accelerated really quickly. Like things that I didn't think would come into fruition for a while, all of a sudden seemed like the lyrics were coming alive, on my TV every night. And but like one of the original inspirations behind the themes of the album was just kind of reaching out with like a sympathetic ear towards our generation of listeners who feel like they're kind of climbing uphill, like against the stream, aiming for a goalpost that just keeps moving back further and further, And I think that for a long time, people of my generation, older, kind of were like dismissive of that, thinking that's life, that's what it looks like. You just got to try harder, you got to work harder, and you'll get it. And then at some point, the data and the evidence didn't really support that dismissive view. All of a sudden, it was like, oh wait, there's a lot more obstacles in front of young people today than there were when I was growing up. And so this album was a way to, I guess, recognize those things.
Okay, cool. And you recorded it at the Blasting Room in Colorado with Jason Livermore and the Descendants of Bill Stevenson. How do they seem to bring out the sound that you're looking for? Because you've kind of gone back and forth on some albums with them.
Yeah. That going to the Blasting was like going home. It's kind of always our first choice. It's the place where Rise Against really found our identity and our sound. I think it was the first place we went to where somebody saw our vision and understood our vision, had a similar vision, and then helped us like execute that, because nobody in our band are really like studio guys, like, okay. And so those guys had a much better handle on how to, I guess, like sort of accentuate, and capture what we were doing. And so everything we've ever done with them, like I'm super happy with. And so going to the blasting room, it's like those are like extra members of the band. You know what I mean? They've been part of our family for so long. They're like our family. We've kind of, it's now been like 20 years of a relationship with them. And so it's just, I don't know, it's something that I realize is increasingly rare in like the music world. And so we try not to forget that.
Yeah, definitely. Some of the lyrical content of Rise Against songs can be politically explosive, yet it's kind of offset with the catchy melodies. Do you think people who may be unaware of some of the content become more informed through your songs and maybe do some research on some of the topics?
I mean, yeah, I think the Rise Against is like the sugar-coated bitter pill, that's what I'd like to think of it as, like we're gonna get you, we're gonna lure you in with some hooks, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, like some of this starts to sink in a little bit. Maybe this is a way that you've always felt. Maybe this is something that you're thinking about, or maybe it's just you just curious to hear like our perspective on something, or how we see the world and the lens that we view it through. And so that's the way music was for me growing up. I felt like I learned a lot from the way musicians distilled cultural moments, like they found ways to reach me as like a young person. And so that's all I think we're trying to do, and like that's all we were trying to do from day one, is just kind of, I was trying to put my thoughts on paper and yell it into a microphone and then hope that maybe somebody out there might relate to it. And that's kind of what started this band.
Okay. You were also in the documentary about punk rock fatherhood and the other F word. How did that opportunity come about?
I'm friends with Jim from Pennywise. So he wrote the book, Punk Rock Dad, which had already been going around. It was a great book. It is a great book. People should check it out. And, he's got 3 daughters. I have 2 daughters. And so, I think that when he was always a kindred spirit on the road, you know what I mean? Like, I think that when I'd see Jim out there, I saw a little bit of what I hope to be as like a front man and like a family man, and like Jim kind of proved that you could do it. Like you could do both. You could be this punk rock family man, but you could also sing songs like Fuck Authority, with some sort of credibility, and like trying to walk that line and figure it out, and then manage your relationships with your band, with your family, accept the fact that you've chosen this thing that's going to take you away from your family at inopportune times. You're going to miss a birthday, you're going to miss a Halloween, but know that like you're teaching your kids to follow their dreams, and you're creating something that they can see your hard work. Whether they listen to it or not, is another question, but like they can at least see like, here's the hard work that like you put into. And so, yeah, he was doing that documentary and he hit me up. I think I was kind of like a last minute addition. He was like, we should get you on here. And I was like, all right, I'm traveling a lot, let's do it. And so he popped in and we filmed like a couple little things, which was great because I remember it was last minute. So I told my wife, I said, hey, like I was home for like a week and I'm like, hey, a film crew is coming by the house on Wednesday and they're going to film me like taking care of the kids. And she stopped and she goes, so wait, let me get this straight. The film crew is coming by our house for a day where you're going to pretend like you take care of these kids. And I was like, yeah, that's it. Pretty much. Yeah. And then it was all, that's what you see pretty much.
Cool. How did Zach Blair join as guitarist? I remember seeing him playing in Hagfish a few times.
Oh, okay. All right. You saw Hagfish. Yeah, that's great. Zach's been around forever. We had known Zach for, I don't know, like 6-8 years before he joined the band. He was playing in Guar at the time on our first tour, probably that same tour we played Jerry's Pizza. We met him on that tour in Dallas at a club called the Galaxy. And he just popped in. He was friends with our guitar player at the time. And we stayed friends with him that whole time. And he played in a band called Only Crime. He was close with the Blasting Room, our studio. And so when we needed a new guitar player, honestly, he was kind of the only name we even considered, and we already knew him. We knew he could play. Everyone in the band liked him, which is like rare that we agree on anything. So it was, we called up and said, hey, would you be into doing this? And he, was super excited and down.
I interviewed Emily Nielsen from Punk Rock and Paintbrushes last week, and
Oh yeah, Emily.
yeah, she wanted me to ask you about your artistic skills.
Oh man, as Emily knows, I have zero artistic skills. So it's so funny because our, collaboration, sort of, she credits as what launched her whole punk rock and paintbrushes endeavor, which is amazing, and for people who don't know about it, they should check it out. But she sort of curates all of these like musicians and skateboarders and people who have this career that we know them for, but then on the side they've always been like artists. And so she curates all their art and puts together in shows, and it goes around the world, showing people artwork by like, Steve Caballero and Jason Cruz from Strung Out. But when she puts my name in that list, it does a disservice to every artist. Like we did, excuse me, we did like a fun thing where I just kind of painted some lyrics across a painting she had made, but then that thing snowballed into what it is today. So she knows that I'm not an artist, but I'm super happy with that it launched what it launched.
Yeah, she kind of was joking about that because she always gets introduced as an artist, and she says, "Well, I'm not an artist." And it's funny because I did an interview with Jim from Pennywise, and she had some artwork that he had to sign, so she kind of came in there, and I kind of asked Jim about her, and we did an interview last week, and I was super excited about it because I like the stuff that they're doing, and I love a lot of the artists that they work with and everything too. So
absolutely, yeah, I didn't even know like Mikey from Agnostic Front was an artist, so I get to like find out this is what these guys and girls have been doing, like in between tours or whatever. And it's like such cool talent out there. I'm a huge fan of like Tim Armstrong's art, it's really cool. And it goes hand in hand when you realize it's like, oh yeah, like I guess music is an art, and people were dabbling in all kinds of creative expressions, and trying to figure out how to, like express how you're feeling in an artistic way.
Yeah, definitely. What is some music that you listen to that fans might be a little surprised by?
Oh man, I love metal, like Gojira and like Code Orange and stuff like that. Surprised by, I listen to all like lots of old punk stuff, but no one's gonna be surprised by that. I grew up in Chicago in the 90s, and so industrial music was a big deal around them. So I guess people might be surprised. Like I like Ministry and KMFDM and Palehead and Fudge Tunnel and bands like that. Where it was all a mishmash of just aggressive music. And so I would go see like a punk show, but then I would end up like at a club with a bunch of people in like trench coats and knee-high Doc Martens and dyed black hair to watch like Ministry play a show or something like that. So. But I loved all of it. I thought all of it was just so cool. And Chicago is such a music town too. It was hard not to like get wrapped up in all of it.
Yeah, and there's always really great Chicago bands too, like Peg Boy, which is actually that was the first punk show that I ever went to, was Social Distortion, and they opened for them. So I was super excited by that because I didn't know a lot about them, but I knew that one of the guys from Naked Ray Gun was in there, and so it's like, oh, that's gonna be a great show. So
well, yeah, I wasn't even going to mention Peg Boy because no one's ever heard of him, but yeah, that was such an important band to me. And it's so, did you see him in Milwaukee or in Chicago? Or
yeah, I saw him in Milwaukee. Yeah, they opened up for Social Distortion. I think it was at the Rave. And what was weird was, so it was 92, and the people that were in the pit actually had to be 21 and up, which is kind of the reverse of how things are now, where
right.
21 and up to be in the balcony. So it's
that is it sounds like a confused club. But yeah, that's
it was
one of the few tours that they actually went out and did, like opening up for a national act like that, because for the most part they kind of just stayed local, um, which is why they're not, maybe more known. But yeah, like, oh my God, I just grew up loving every single one of those songs and getting to see them a lot because they played Chicago a ton.
Yeah, yeah, such a great band.
Absolutely.
What's kind of cool is that Naked Ray Gun reformed. I don't know if you've heard their new album at all.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's great when these guys kind of, realize they still have music in them, and we get to listen to it. So that's awesome. I mean, I just saw Pegboy last year. I want to say I saw him over like the pandemic too. They played at one of those like outdoor drive-in shows, and
Nice.
like those songs are timeless. Like they'll always be great.
Yeah, definitely. Is there anything that I haven't talked about that you'd like people to know about Rise Against?
No, I think you nailed it. Like with the tour coming up, obviously, we can't wait to be on tour with Pennywise. They're old friends of ours. We have a new video coming out for our song "Talking to Ourselves," which should be out pretty soon. We did that same song, "Talking to Ourselves." The band The Idols did like a remix of it,
Okay.
which is kind of cool. People listen to. It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like still our song, but they kind of just really just fucked it up and like made it all crazy. And so it's like pretty cool. I'm a big fan of that band. Um, yeah, that's it. I did a recent collaboration with AWOL Nation. They have a song. They did Midnight Oil's "Beds Are Burning,"
Oh,
and so
nice.
I did some guest vocals on their thing too. So people
That's
can
cool.
check that out. Yeah. And that's it. We're just excited to get back on the road and like get out and play. And that show's going to be awesome. Playing Bakersfield's going to be great. We can't wait.
Has it been kind of different during the pandemic playing live, or was it kind of, or did that kind of like kind of offset some plans to tour and it kind of got delayed?
Oh yeah, I mean it changed our lives for sure. Like we've been touring nonstop for 20 years, and then this happened. It's the first time any of us have been home for more than a year or so. And the whole time that this band has been around, the whole time that our kids have been alive. All of a sudden we were home. For a band like Rise Against, I think it was a good thing. We needed that break. It was a break we were never going to take ourselves. Even though we kind of talk about it, we always talk about this sort of, well, one day we'll take a year off, but next thing you know, like the whole thing just keeps rolling. But yeah, our record got pushed back over a year. Our touring got pushed back. We're playing summer festivals in Europe this summer that were the same festivals we were supposed to play in 2020. So they've been pushed back twice now. Everything got upended. The way we're touring this record has been upended. We did get one North American tour in, or at least American touring with the Descendants like last August, and we've been home pretty much since then. And then we hit it pretty hard the next 6 months. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, no new variants and no mushroom clouds, and then we'll be all right.